Hi, I'm Lana Williams. Welcome to my studio. We're here today because we're going to be asking some questions from our producer David, and I will be answering them. And with that said, we will start with the first questions from all the viewers.
All right, Lana. What are two bad things that happened to you while you are painting?
That's kind of funny. Okay, the first one would be as I was painting my canvas after other areas I'd already painted, I went to dip my paintbrush in the paint and come across the canvas, and a big glob of paint fell off the paintbrush and onto the canvas painted area where I had just painted. That was a big no-no. I didn't like that. The other time was when I was so into painting, and which I do all the time, and I went to get my glass on the table that had my paintbrush water in it. It didn't have any paintbrushes in it, but I was so thirsty I just didn't think about it, and I just reached for the glass of paint and water, and I drank the paint and water thinking it was a glass of water until it hit me. It wasn't, and it's like, oh boy, now I know I'm an artist. So that's what I do.
That is very good. Next question. Where do you buy your art supplies?
I mainly go to Walmart either online or I go up the North D-Land here in Florida. They have a wide variety selection that I like of apple barrel paints. They have canvases, they have rulers, they have all the things that I really need. Sometimes they're short on things and I'll have to come back and get them myself other than order them online. That's where I go shopping the most for all my artwork is at Walmart.
Awesome. Next question. How do you touch up after you seal your canvas paintings?
I'm glad you asked that because a lot of times when I pencil sketch and then I'll use my ultra fine permanent marker to go over the pencil sketch to where it will show through the paint. When I paint the background first, I'll be able to come back and paint in my sketches. I'll seal the canvas after I paint the whole canvas. I'll seal it, and then 9 times out of 10 it will dry and you'll see some fine liner marks come through the canvas, and I like to do my touch-ups or paint over that. And what I do is take a fine coat of paint and go over those lines, let it dry for about a half an hour to 45 minutes, then reseal the whole canvas. That way you know for sure your canvas painting and sealing is even all the way across.
Wow. All right. Now here's a good one. Has a customer ever complained about a commissioned art piece?
Never, never. I've not had one in over 2,000 canvases that I've done, and I think I've sold at least 500. I've never heard of anybody complain about my artwork, what they've actually wanted me to paint for them. They've always been satisfied.
That is good.
Yeah.
All right. Do you ever get tired of painting for other people?
Never, never. There hasn't been one time I've ever thought to myself, I'm not going to paint for somebody because they mistreated me, or I'm not going to paint for somebody because I just don't feel well, or I'm not just going to paint for them because they don't pay me money, or whatever the situation is. My heart is always out there to the public. There's times that I just can't paint for you, but when I can, I will.
Mm-hmm. Here's an interesting question. Have you ever given away free artworks? And if so, name 2 instances.
Oh, good, yeah. A mother and father brought their children over, and they had 2 daughters, I think, and 1 son, and it was his birthday. And I had like 6 canvases of superheroes. You can see them in my albums there, my pictures, my photos. And for his birthday, his mom asked me to paint him the Transformers, and I did, and he loved it. He just was really in awe, and then he turned around and hugged me, and because he hugged me, gave him 12 superheroes to go with it for free. The other time it was a little boy's birthday, and his mother messaged me saying they had no money for his birthday, and that he really loved the Cars video, DVD. And what I did was paint him a little rock of the Cars, and I bought him a DVD.
Nice. That was beautiful. All right. Next, then, what worries you the most about your YouTube channel?
What worries me the most? Not having enough subscribers. I worry about creating this channel and nobody comes. And I really am trying to get at least 1,000 subscribers, if not more. And I'm afraid I would lose hope and interest in this channel that I've created and built up if I don't get subscribers. And it's just a basic fact. You can't hold on to something that's not there. You have to face reality, and you have to roll with the flow. You either hang out with everybody else, or you leave and try something else. And for me, I'd rather give this YouTube channel a go and see how far I can get, and before I make a decision. I would really like to see a lot of subscribers. Views are very good, very nice, but I'd like to see the subscribers. I want people interested in the art. It's all for the love of art.
Definitely so. We'll work on getting you more subscribers. Next question, where does your inspiration come from?
In here and up here. A lot of times I think back when I was a child, the shows I watched, the people I talked to, people let you know what their interests are, in the world and their policies and all that. And for me, I'm very picky at what I'm thinking about people and what they do, what they say, where they work, where they go, everything about them. I'm really interested in all that. And sometimes I can pull something out of all of that and put down on a canvas, and it really looks really good. So I keep it and I show that. A lot of times I'll Google and I'll find certain images on Google, and I'll just take out pieces of this image and that image and this image and that image and put it together, fit on one canvas, and it looks pretty decent and cool. That's what I do.
That's great. Now then, what type of palette do you use?
Well, don't laugh at me, but it's an ice cream tub lid. I saved the big round tubs of ice cream lids to use as a palette because I've got sugar diabetes and my hands shake, and with this little palette here, my hands shake, the paint goes all over the place. So I don't do that no more. I use one of these. It's the top of an ice cream. Yeah. And it's the world's best palette you could ever have. You should try it.
Everybody needs one of those.
Absolutely.
All right, the next question. Do you thin your paints, and if so, what do you thin them with?
Most of the time I don't thin my paints. Like I said, I love apple barrel paint and the way it's blended. I mean, the container of each bottle has a certain thickness to the paint, and it really works well for me, just not thinning it at all. But sometimes I have to thin it to make it stretch for different detailed work. I can't explain it because every art piece is different. You would have to watch me paint to see where I need to thin it and where I don't. But yes, I do thin it, and what I use for a thinner, I don't buy linseed oil. I try to stay as natural as possible. God-given water from above. We'll go ahead and use the water from our faucet, tap water, to thin it out. And I don't do it 50-50. I might do it maybe a third or quarter, to a 2-ounce bottle or something. I don't thin it out a lot.
Interesting. All righty. Then another question here. When is your best time to paint?
Ooh, my best time to paint, more than none, would be sometime between 12 midnight and 7 in the morning. That would be absolutely the truth. I stay up third shift and paint my head off. I love to paint. It's the quietness of the hour where nobody's around, nothing's going on, no music's playing. I feel comfortable in my own seat here and just taking my time to do a very good job.
That is a very good time to paint. All right, then, one last question for you.
What's that?
What do you want your viewers to know?
I'd like for them to know that they can ask me anything about art. I'd be sure to comment back. I'd love to hear from them. I also would like to know that they keep viewing my channel and let their friends and family know about this artwork that I'm showing and get them involved in this channel as well as a subscriber, not just theirself. There's a lot of art here that we need to share with everybody.
That does sound great. All right. Well, that does it then for this edition of Question and Answers.
Bye guys, love you. Keep on viewing and subscribe.